What's happening, everybody? Welcome back. This is Forgo. We are back with some more roasting, and Andre here wants to know who he should tier 3 next or transcend, and just an overview of his account. So as far as your cards, man, your cable card, your White Fox card, are two amazing cards. I mean, the Loki #2 card is a good card. I mean, you guys have heard me repeat all these same beats over and over and over. I always tell y'all that these Black Widow cards, I really wouldn't level up unless you're PvP oriented because of the extra max HP stat in the orange there. But the cards look really nice. I see you already have some Pierce. You got 8%. Your cooldown looks really good. Ignore defense. Your attacks look really good. Your physical attack's a little bit low. The procs that you have, the increase all basic defenses and the decrease debuff duration, I mean, they're not really the greatest. You do have 29% HP, which is all right. Your attack speed's a little bit low. You really want that around 18 to 21%. But everything else doesn't look bad. It would be all right if you get a little bit more physical attack on your cards, though. I also saw that you had quite a bit of movement speed. So who should you tier 3 or transcend next? Now, I don't really know if you're PvP or PvE oriented or ABX oriented. I'm not really sure where your importance lies, but let's see here. Let's see who you don't have tier 3'd or transcended. So scroll down here and... all right. I mean, Jean's still pretty good in PvP. She has fallen down quite a bit, but she's still pretty good. Apocalypse, I mean, he would be for ABX. Oh, my poor Hulk. My poor Hulk. I see you have White Fox in her newest uniform. Honestly, in this uniform, she is absolutely worth tier 3. But you don't have Luna in tier 3. I mean, you got Sharon Rogers at tier 3, right? Yeah, you got Sharon Rogers at tier 3. So, I mean, having White Fox at tier 3 would be, especially with this uniform, would be pretty much like a godsend support. Just insane difference in Shirog's damage whenever you have White Fox on the team. Not to mention the other characters that White Fox can buff with their leadership, the ignore target dodge rate, the increased all attack, the chain hit damage, all those things that uniform offers. That would be a highly requested tier 3 right there. Falcon would be a good one, but I really think that White Fox would actually be better for you just because support's relevance never dies. War Machine's also another really great support, but unlike White Fox, he's actually a great standalone on top of being a support for technokinetic allies. I mean, of course, the Black Order. Supergiant's insane. She is so good, so strong. Taskmaster's another one. Taskmaster as a support's going to buff all of your characters, which is something to think about. You know, Shang-Chi is really, really strong at tier 3. Honestly, I'd probably go with White Fox. I mean, as far as your tier 3s are concerned, that's probably the route that I would go, is White Fox. And as far as transcended characters, I mean, you could go for like probably a support character like Valkyrie, or you could go for a support character like Mystique or Wave. I mean, any one of those three would be really good. I mean, Wave's going to be really nice. So Mystique's going to offer damage to all allies. Wave will offer damage to heroes. I see you have Silk's new uniform. She's absolutely insane when she's transcended. That might be a really great damage dealer for you. Going to be really good against Mephisto. I mean, you got some options, my friend. I think White Fox would be a really good tier 3 for you to do. And depending on whether you want a damage dealer or support, depends on the transcendent character that you want. As far as the damage dealer, Silk would be absolutely insane in this uniform. As far as the support, I mean, you could go with Mystique. She'll offer damage to all allies. You could go with Wave, who's going to offer damage to heroes. All right, so Hamza here is doing stage 15 against World Boss Legends over and over and over, but he wants to be able to do it faster, maybe even push all the way up to stage 20. Thank you so much for the follow. So let's take a look at your cards, my friends. So Baby Spider, Guardians of God. I mean, these cards look really amazing. I'm really happy to see, I mean, especially if you're PvE oriented, that you are holding back on crafting this card right here. I mean, you're doing it right, my friend. Let's see here. You got 17% Pierce. I mean, with 17% Pierce, I mean, pushing stage 15 against World Boss Legend shouldn't be difficult at all, especially with these card stats. I mean, your ignore defense is a little low. You'd really want that around 31%. But your physical and energy attack, you got a nice balanced physical and energy attack. Your all basic attack damage is wonderful at 95%. I mean, these cards look better than mine. You got the energy attack proc. You got plenty of attack speed. I mean, I don't know how fast you're really wanting to do it, so let's take a look at your characters. So big dog characters for World Boss Legend are definitely going to be Cable. I mean, you got a CTP of energy on them. You have this. I mean, the one thing you can do is just put Odin's Blessings. You can increase your Ice Wave sets. You can awaken them. That way you get that larger attack proc. Instead of 20% or 25%, you'll get a 40% increase to attack whenever the Ice Wave set procs. That would make a huge difference in the damage that you're going to do. That's one thing you could do, like say for someone like Cable, who's a damage dealing monster, especially in the Summer Days uniform. But that's what I'm noticing right now. I'm seeing your ISO 8 sets are fully leveled up. And by the way, when you level up your ISO 8 sets, your stats also increase on your characters, which is going to allow you to do a lot more damage. So you'll be able to get a little bit faster clears doing that as well. Also, if you have a CTP of Insight on supports like Cyclops, Mystique, those kinds of characters, that's going to help you because that's going to allow you to do more damage as well. Let me see here. I mean, you got Shirag. Okay. It's really a matter of opinion if you want to use your new uniform, but really you need to level up these ISO 8 sets. I think that's what's hurting you quite a bit as far as your damage. It really does make a big difference when you gain those stats from those sets and then gain that extra attack proc. You'll gain a higher attack proc. It does make a big difference. I mean, you got White Fox here at tier 3, which is great. You got Ghost Rider with a Judgment, which is awesome. The only other thing that I could offer you is, like, I know this, no one really likes to hear this, but if you do end up deciding to reforge CTPs, that does make a difference. You know, certain characters with beatdown procs, like Moonstone, Moon Knight, Beta Ray Bill, like all these characters do super well with those procs because you just cancel their skills into a damage proc. That means you get the entire 5 seconds of the beatdown proc, gaining all that extra pierce. You can do a lot more damage at a much faster rate. So that is something else to think about if that's something you're interested in. But yeah, you got an insight on Valkyrie. There you go. But yeah, but what I'm noticing is, you know, you just really need to level up your ISO 8 sets. That would really make a difference as far as how much damage you're actually doing. All right, so here we have a name that there's no way I'm going to be able to pronounce correctly. I'm pretty sure I'll just butcher your name, but I believe it's Heelbraun. But he says he's been playing 3 years. He's PvP and PvP oriented. So let's take a look at his account. So as far as PvP and PvE, this is a nice little balance of cards. You got the Gwenpool card that's going to offer that extra max HP. That's going to be really good for PvE. I mean, when you're trying to set up an account for PvE and PvP, it's a good idea to have a mixed blend of cards. I mean, you got your Luna card, your Cable card here, your Baby Spider card, and really even this Loki #2 card are really good for PvE. But then you got a nice little added extra max HP from this Gwenpool card. Not bad. And, you know, you got 6% Pierce. You have 25% max HP. Your cooldown's at 25%, which is a little bit low. It would be nice to have a little bit more cooldown than that. You'd really want to be around 27%. It's not going to make a huge difference, honestly, you know, 1-2% lower than what you really need, but it does make a little bit of a difference. Your attack speed looks about perfect. Your energy and physical attack is really well balanced. You've done a really good job with that. It always impresses me when players have their cards well balanced between physical and energy attack. So really great job on that. Shout out to you for that one. And as far as PvP and PvE, I mean, you really should put some Urus on Sentry here, giving some HP Urus and some energy attack Urus. And then Mephisto here. You got Mephisto built pretty much for PvE. He's looking pretty sharp. Let me see here. I mean, you've been playing for 3 years, so you know what's up. I'm pretty sure you're just using this guy for support, more than likely. Having a CTP of Insight on Ebony would be pretty nice. I'd love to have Dormammu with tier 3, but I just never needed him, unfortunately. Let's see here. What else we got? Okay, Rage. Looking good, looking good. Nice. Let's see who you don't have. I mean, you got War Machine. That's awesome. You got Falcon. That's great. All right. You got Cole. Wonderful. Loki. I really want a tier 3 Loki. Then we got Corvus. I mean, your roster looks really awesome, man. You got a lot of characters that I don't have. You got Monica here, which is really great. Great leadership. I mean, you even have Elsa. I mean, this is a good looking account. Honestly, this is a good looking account. I'm surprised you don't have Scarlet at tier 3. I mean, if you're ABX oriented, she's going to be a really great character to have to boost up your ABX scores. You even have Molecule Man. Wow. But not a tier 3 yet. But I mean, you could level up, you could tier 3 Cyclops for an extra support. You could tier 3 Storm for a support. I mean, that's pretty much the point you're at. You got these characters that can offer supports like Jessica for the Defenders, Ben Grimm for the Fantastic Four. You could level up Wave for a support, and World Boss. She's actually an amazing support. I'm actually considering transcending her right now myself. Okay, so Coolness Gaming here, he just wants to get roasted. So let's take a look at what he's got going on here. All right, man. So your white box, your cable card look great. I'm really happy to see that you're working on those cards. I think maybe more than likely you're probably more PvE oriented than anything. If you are, then I would not continue to leveling up this card right here. You already got 1 star, but I would stop and try to wait for a different P card, like the Baby Spider card, the Luna card, the Guardians of the Galaxy card. Any of those would be a lot better choice instead of the Black Widow card, unless you're more PvP oriented. You want to have a little blend of PvE and PvP, then I would keep the card in there. This card is okay, but again, I'd give you the same advice as what I did for the Black Widow card. I'd probably wait for one of those other cards that I just previously mentioned. And really the same for this one, but really the Black Panther card is not bad because you do get the all basic damage attack increase, which is really good. And you already have energy attack on it, max HP, and cooldown. So, I mean, maybe keep it. And as far as your card effects, your cooldown looks really great. Your ignore defense is a little bit low at 23%. You really want that around 31 to 35%. Your physical attack, your energy attack are a little bit low, but I mean, you know, when it comes to attacks, we always just want to go shoot for the moon and get as much as possible. You have no attack speed, and honestly, if you had a little bit more attack speed, that would really help characters that do a lot of continuous damage. Characters like Cable with their channeling skills, it makes a huge difference. Also, with characters that need to cancel skills super fast, it makes a big difference. So you really want to try to get some more attack speed on your cards. But you do have 33% HP, which is good. As far as your characters, let's see here what you got going on here, my friend. All right, get rid of these. The physical defense and energy defense Urus are absolute trash. Don't use those things. Save those things whenever we can, for whenever we combine Urus to get Odin's blessings. Don't use them on your characters. They're an absolute waste. And when it comes to Hulk, you're doing it right. At least you're giving him some HP Urus. That's really good. Okay. This is a pretty young account. Let me see here. You got energy attack, which is nice. Okay. I mean, it looks like you're building your characters the correct way. I'm not sure. Maybe you need a little cooldown. I don't think you're going to need cooldown if you got 34% already, and then with these blue stats. And a little tidbit for you, man. You're like here on Iron Man, you got crit rate, dodge, crit rate, skill cooldown, skill cooldown. On each of these slots, you want to either energy attack or physical attack, except for in the cases of Victorious and Hulk, where you're going to want HP Urus because they're damage based off HP. Like Iron Man here, he's an energy attacking character, so you'd want 2 energy attack Urus in each of these slots. That's pretty much a staple in Marvel Future Fight. If they're a physical attacking character, then you want 2 physical attack Urus in each of the gears. Like right here, I mean, you got physical attack and energy attack. War Machine is just a physical attacking character. He's not benefiting at all from this energy attack Uru. You really would just want to replace this thing. I wouldn't pay to replace it. I would just replace it with another Uru, just override it. And again, these energy and physical attack defense Urus are just total trash. Use those things as fodder in the future. So Ghost Rider here is just a solid energy attacking character. I think maybe in your mind you're thinking you're going to get like maybe a little bit more damage when you put energy and physical attack on a character, but it doesn't work that character. You know, it doesn't work that way. Character's damage is based off a certain kind of stat, whether it's energy, physical, or HP. And in Ghost Rider's case, it's energy attack. If you look right under where it says type enhancement, it says energy attack, right? If I go to War Machine, it says physical attack. That's how you know what Urus to put on characters. Again, other than Hulk and Victorious, who need HP instead of physical or energy attack, you're either going to put physical or energy attack Urus on a character. For example, Medusa, it says physical attack, so you want physical attack Urus on her. And like on like, well, I mean, really for Medusa, you're gonna want to. I mean, you're gonna want to have 2 physical attack gurus in each gear. But I mean, it's a new account, you know. I mean, we all made a lot of mistakes when we started out in our brand new accounts. All right, so after looking through this account a little bit, I think what you're gonna need is you're definitely gonna need some supports. I mean, you got Sharon Rogers, you got Iron Man, you got War Machine, you got Ghost Rider, you got Loki, and you have all of their newest uniforms. You also have Sentry, and you have Moon Knight and Medusa. So I know you can get some clears with your account the way it's set up, but you really need some supports. I mean, Medusa, that leadership's going to work for Ghost Rider, and that's going to help a lot, or it's going to work for Sentry, so that's really good. But you have no other energy attacking leaderships, you have no supports. I mean, you got a physical attack leadership with War Machine. War Machine can probably do a clear on his own. So my suggestion to you is I would be leveling up characters that actually can offer a support. A cheap character that would really help is Cyclops. He would actually be a really big benefit to you. Cyclops, you already have White Fox. She would be insane for Sharon Rogers or Sentry for that matter. Keep working on Doctor Strange because he's going to be a really great support whenever you get him at tier 3 because he has that ignore target dodge rate and the 30% energy attack leadership. But I think White Fox would probably be your next best bet. And Cyclops here, I mean, he's really, really going to help once you get him leveled up. I see you're probably early on in the Epic Quest. So, I mean, as far as tier 3s, I'd probably go for White Fox. And unfortunately, Wave's a Heroic Quest character. And Mystique is a Crystal Wall character. So more than likely, you know, you're not ready to queue those up just yet. And Valkyrie is also a paywall. But, I mean, you can get her from the legendary battles. So, yeah, my recommendation to you would be probably level up White Fox. Get her to tier 3 so you have a really, really strong support for your Sentry or your Sharon Rogers or even Moon Knight. I mean, she'll buff up any one of those characters. And I think even War Machine. All right, everyone, so we're going to have to cut this video to an end. I really do love doing these roster reviews. I know I get a lot of good feedback from these and people really seem to enjoy them. But, you know, tomorrow we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be doing roster reviews tomorrow. We need to spice things up and do something a little bit different tomorrow. But I do want to thank you all for the love and support. And I do stream on Twitch at 9 p.m. GMT plus 7 time. The link will be in the description below. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. Y'all take care and have a good one. See ya.